There's a couple chairs up here.
Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of Port Clinton City Council of May 27th, 2014. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, the Lord's Prayer, and a moment of silence for our men and women serving overseas. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
our Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mike Snyder,
Excused.
Ron Offerman,
Present.
Lisa Sardi, present. Gabe Vila,
Excused.
Jerry Tiroli,
Present.
Dakota Freitas, present. Margaret Phillips,
Present. Thank you. You have before you the minutes of the May 13th, 2014 regular meeting. Could I have a motion to accept them as read? Mrs. Sardi.
Make motion to accept.
Could I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Tiroli. All those in favor? Thank you. The chair notes that certification has been received regarding compliance with the rules and notification of this meeting. The mayor is not with us this evening, so we'll go to the auditor's report.
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Treasurer's report.
My report is passed out tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Law director's report.
No, this time,
Safety service director's report.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm going to speak on behalf of the mayor. He asked me to read this out loud today. He had something with his family tonight, could not be here. This is a public apology from Mayor Vincent P. Leone. This apology comes with great humility. It's come to my attention that the condition of the city cemeteries is less than acceptable. It would be easy to point at many contributing factors and make excuses as to why the cemeteries are in the condition they were in this past Memorial Weekend, or at any other time for that matter. Excuses are unacceptable and unwarranted. The condition of the city cemeteries are the fault of my lack of attention and nothing less. For this reason, I find myself writing this letter asking for the people of Port Clinton for forgiveness and my lack of attention to the cemeteries where your loved ones rest. In moving forward to remedy the obvious needs and attention to our cemeteries, I will work with the workers to present a better environment to show the proper respect to your loved ones. I will make sure that all rules and regulations of the cemeteries are enforced at all times. Additionally, I will work with council in hopes to direct funding for the betterment of our city's cemeteries. Any future concerns with the operations of the cemetery can be directed to the City Hall at 419-734-5522, extension 8, which will be forwarded to me by my administrative assistant. I once again offer my sincere apologies, Mayor Vincent P. Leone. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Police chief and fire chief aren't here today. I wanted to do this up front, forgot. I want to welcome all the procrastinators to our meeting tonight. This is your last meeting, and it's so nice that you all could make it. Hopefully, next year's group will do a little bit better. Under correspondence tonight, I have from the Ottawa County Improvement Corporation an invitation to a training that they're having called the Game Plan, Building and Sustaining Business Success. It's on June 11th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Ottawa County Resource Center. If you'd like some more information, it'll be on file with the clerk. I also have from the Ohio EPA, Public Notice 14-05-035. It is a NPDES permit to discharge to state waters. It's the United States Gypsum Company. They will be discharging into Sandusky Bay. You have 30 days from the date of the notice, which was May 14th. So from June 14th to make any comment you wish to the EPA. If you'd like that information, you just need to see the clerk. Also under correspondence, I have the Laws, Rules, and Ordinance Committee meetings of April 27th and the Treasurer's Report. Could I have a motion to accept the correspondence as stated? Thank you, Mrs. Sardi. Could I have a second? Thank you, Ms. Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have no third or second readings of ordinances, but I would entertain a motion to put ordinance number 13-14 on tonight's agenda for its first reading. Thank you, Mrs. Sardi. Have a motion to put ordinance number 13-14 on tonight's agenda. Could I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. DeFreitas. Any discussion?
Is this time sensitive or?
Well, it is time sensitive, but however, you do not have enough people here tonight to pass it on. Any other discussion? Would the clerk please call the roll?
Ron Ackerman,
Yes.
Jerry Trolley,
Yes.
Lisa Sardi,
Yes.
Nicole DeFreitas,
Yes.
Margaret Phillips,
Yes.
Thank you. We've added ordinance number 13-14 to tonight's agenda. Would the clerk please read such ordinance by title and summary only?
Ordinance 13-14, an ordinance authorizing and directing the Director of Safety and Service to apply for all necessary coastal permits and to apply for and enter into a submerged land lease with the State of Ohio Department of Natural Resources for a portion of the state's submerged lake land area located adjacent to upland property owned by the City of Port Clinton and declaring an emergency.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on ordinance number 13-14? Seeing none, it'll be moved for a second reading to the June 10th meeting, and I would hope that you would pass it at that meeting. We will now go to business from the floor. Mr. Ackerman.
Thank you very much, Madam President. One quick announcement. The Parks, Recreation, Cemetery Committee meeting will take place as regularly scheduled at 6:30 on June 10th. And that's all. This evening, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Sardi.
I'd just like to welcome the students. That's all I
The
have.
procrastinators. Mr. Trolley.
Yeah, I'd like to commend the city crews on the condition of the Veterans Park. It was absolutely beautiful for Monday's ceremony. Thank you. That's all, Madam President.
Mr. Freitas.
Yeah, I just want to announce that we'll have an infrastructure meeting on June 3rd at 6:30 here at City Hall. And that's all that I have.
Ms. Phillips.
What a marvelous weekend we just passed. I just, anybody who drove around anywhere could see that we have people from all over and everywhere, and didn't see a lot of gripers at all. Just saw a lot of nice people. I was glad to see that. I can't do it every week, but it'd be a little hard. A little harder, Mr. Colson.
Well, I just want to thank everybody. We had the 5K walk and run for Lieutenant's House and the Portland Parks and Recreation. We had 222 runners and walkers, which is the largest group we've had ever. Very polite group of people. Some people stood in line for what had to seem forever in order to register for the race. Nobody complained, nobody griped. We had numerous volunteers, a very good group of volunteers this year that made our runners and walkers safe out on the road. So I appreciate everybody who helped and everybody who participated and everybody who stood out and cheered the runners and walkers on. Members of the audience. Mr. Noter.
Rick Noter, 608 East Perry. Last month, council and the mayor were notified of two loans totaling $5.3 million that were defaulted on by the developer with which the city is negotiating for development at Waterworks Park. The $3.1 million loan of the two was 80% guaranteed by the USDA, and I prefer to say that it was guaranteed by the federal taxpayers of this country. Because it was defaulted on, the federal government, the taxpayers, paid out roughly $2.39 million to the banks that were holding those loans. Have any of the council members or any of the administration looked into those situations? Do any of you feel that it's necessary, that it should be looked in, the background of a developer with which the city is negotiating should be looked into?
Can I say something? The loans that you're talking about, if I remember right, those are from 2009. 2009 was an extremely bad time for anybody who was doing anything, and more than one person defaulted. I think that when we're looking at a developer, we need to look at a full context, not just 1 or 2 years of his cycle.
Did you look into that?
I read the stuff that came online to me, yes.
But you didn't pursue it any farther?
No, because it was like 2009. That was a bad year for anybody who had anything.
Well, I understand what you're saying, Councilwoman Phillips. Not everyone who defaulted on loans in 2009 had the federal taxpayers backing them up, guaranteeing and paying out $2.39 million to bail out the banks. You don't feel that's significant?
There's a number of things that are looked at through the whole process, Mr. Notarer, and that process is still ongoing. So the information provided is useful. There's a number of items that will be looked into before any plan is ever finalized and presented to council to review and question. We're not going to publicly comment on those things at this point, but the information is out there and it will be looked at.
As a federal taxpayer and as a citizen of this community, I certainly hope that the city looks into that situation. Thank you.
Anyone else this evening? Seeing no other comments, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Mr. Trolley.
I don't know how to do it.
I gave you this
Madam
opportunity.
President, I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. I have a motion to adjourn. Could I have a second?
I'll second that motion, please, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Ackerman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned.